Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and with this video, we'll be discussing my thoughts on episode 8 of the anime series Log Horizon. And we're pretty much seeing the next tier of Shiro's overall plan being put into motion in this episode. Very intriguingly, I thought, because of course it's all sort of corporate espionage, bartering going on, with leaders, of course, of the Crescent Moon Alliance, Henrietta and Marielle, respectively, really sort of towing the line and going in and meeting these other guilds, these three figureheads of these other guilds. You know, one is the shopping center, you have sort of the middle guy, muscle guy, and then Roderick, who looks like Andy Warhol, and they're all being sort of tempted and seduced in the end by this whole concept of, hey, we have ingredients, we know how to cook food. We knew this was going to be the crux of Shiro's plan. I didn't know immediately that it was going to go beyond just selling the food, but of course that was the word of mouth being spread about, hey, we can actually taste our food now, you know, instead of the tasteless stuff we've been getting used to and the only thing we've had. Now this food actually tastes real. So sort of cornering the market is, of course, the Crescent Moon Alliance, and they're asking for money. It turns out that 5 million gold is still in the wager, so to speak, as far as being very important, something that Shiro has planned, and it may have been a misdirection, I'm not exactly sure, to have these other three guilds kind of react to it like, oh, there must be this sort of elite quest that's going to, you know, cost this much. And of course they say, you know, if all three of your guilds only fork over 1.5 million, that wouldn't make any of you, you know, of greater import than the other and stuff like that. You'll all be equal, have equal footing. And because of that whole expansion pack, as we were told in the first episode, it seems like they bought it, hook, line, and sinker. So the question is that really what Shiro's after? Because of course we know that he is going to be taking up the fight, air quotes, with a whole sort of meeting of other guilds and everything like that, and he's telling essentially the brother and sister, Minori and Toya, that he's coming for them. He's going to save them. And that was sort of the B line of this episode, the B storyline, if you will, was hearing internally the strife that Minori is going through. And I found that very compelling, because she's gotten herself into a predicament of mind where she doesn't believe they deserve to be saved or helped because of their weakness and their having given in and being so easily bested by these malevolent people of Hamelin and the like. So it's just curious to me that now her brother Toya has kind of gotten to the point where he feels the best way to meet Shiro in a sort of saving grace is to become as much like Shiro as possible. And because they are still beginners and they're young, you know, they're facing forces of Hamelin and other sort of dirty deed dealing guilds. The question is, how can they even hope to succeed? But I'm hoping they will. I'm hoping Shiro will actually get a leg up with his deal making. And whatever all this is going to amount to, is it some grand quest that he has, you know, set for some future time to undertake? Is there some alternate purpose that he has? Because we see him tolling away on many a paper, coming up with configurations of however this plan is going to play out. And his confidence in Henrietta especially, it just really impressed me that he didn't even need to know everything worked out with their deal making. He already expected it because he kind of outlined exactly every step by step that they'd have to take. So again, the question remains, what is the goal? Is this going to be a unification of all the guilds of Akibahara through the pursuit of some grand quest? Will that quest reap rewards that send Hamelin and other sort of dastardly guilds packing? It remains to be seen, but I'm highly intrigued. I can't wait to see where it all goes, and I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below if you are able to post what you thought of this episode, if you've seen it, where you think it may be going. Otherwise, that'll be it for me. Hope this video finds you well, and I'll catch you later. Peace.